For centuries, we thought we knew the story of Pompeii. You know the one, a doomed city and its people instantly frozen in time by a massive volcanic eruption. But what if that's not the whole story? What if the iconic, haunting plaster casts don't just show us how people died, but also reveal why so many others lived? New evidence is flipping the script on this ancient tragedy. The end of Pompeii wasn't a single, apocalyptic moment. It was a terrifying ordeal that unfolded over 2 days, and for thousands of people. It wasn't the end at all. This is the real story of the last days of Pompeii, and the incredible, untold story of how a vast majority of its population escaped and rebuilt their lives from the ashes. Before its legendary destruction, Pompeii was a vibrant Roman city, a bustling hub of commerce and culture with more than 20,000 residents. It sat in the beautiful shadow of a mountain they didn't even realize was a deadly volcano. Sure, the ground trembled from time to time. They were still rebuilding from a major earthquake that struck 17 years earlier, but for the people of Pompeii, these quakes were just a part of life. They had no idea they were warning signs of a far greater catastrophe. The popular image is one of total annihilation, a city where no one got out. But the evidence tells a different, more hopeful story. The vast majority of the population wasn't trapped, they fled. And the story of what happened to them is only now being pieced together. The disaster didn't start with a fiery explosion, but with a deceptive calm on an autumn morning in 79 AD. Then, around 1 p.m., Mount Vesuvius erupted with unbelievable force, blasting a column of superheated ash and pumice an astounding 21 miles 33 kilometers into the stratosphere. That is more than 3 times the cruising altitude of a commercial jet. For about 18 hours, the city was plunged into darkness as a relentless rain of ash and light pumice fell, causing roofs to begin collapsing under the weight. This was the first, and for many, the only chance to escape. But the worst was yet to come. Early the next morning, the eruption entered a new, deadlier phase. It unleashed a series of pyroclastic surges, scalding, fast-moving avalanches of gas and rock that hugged the ground, moving at hundreds of miles per hour. For a long time, it was believed people suffocated on the ash. But modern science reveals a more gruesome, instantaneous end. They were killed by intense heat. The fourth surge, in particular, superheated the air to over 570 degrees Fahrenheit, 300 degrees Celsius. It was hot enough to cause an instantaneous heat shock that killed in a fraction of a second, freezing victims in their final posture. This is the real reason for the haunting. Lifelike poses of the famous plaster casts, not a long agony, but an incredibly quick end. While an estimated 2,000 people perished in the eruption, this means that the majority of residents, perhaps as many as 18,000, managed to escape for decades. Their fate was a complete mystery, but a new wave of research, led by archaeologist Stephen L. Tuck, has finally begun to piece together their stories. By painstakingly tracking unique Pompeian family names on tombstones and public records, Tuck and his team have identified over 200 survivors who resettled in at least 12 different communities. They didn't go far. Most refugees stayed as close as they could, settling in nearby coastal towns like Cumae, Puteoli, modern Pozzuoli, and Naples. We even know of specific families. The Sulpicius family, for instance, resettled in Cumae, likely because they already had business connections there. In a dramatic testament to their desperate flight, their financial records were discovered in a strong box abandoned on a road outside Pompeii. Another survivor, Cornelius Fuscus, moved to Naples before joining the army. An inscription on his tombstone, found in modern-day Romania, records that he was from the colony of Pompeii. And these survivors weren't just the wealthy elite. The evidence shows people from all walks of life, middle-class families, the poor, and even the wife of a former gladiator made it out and started over. These discoveries completely change our understanding of this ancient disaster, proving that even in the face of annihilation, human resilience shines through. What other historical events do you think we know inside and out, but might have a hidden side. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. The story of Pompeii is no longer just about destruction. It's a 2-day saga of terror, a forensic puzzle revealing a horrifyingly quick death, and now, a powerful narrative of survival. The people of Pompeii were not simply victims frozen in time. The majority were survivors who carried the memory of their lost city with them. By following their traces across the Roman Empire, we see that while Vesuvius could bury a city, it could not extinguish the resilience of its people. They escaped the ashes and, against all odds, built new lives. Tap subscribe to support the channel and relax with more peaceful history journeys every week.